Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. In this one, you'll see the Philadelphia 76ers against the Dallas Mavericks. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Clark, this season is really only just getting started. Think these teams are all coming together well?
More or less, that's the case. I mean, things are clicking better for some than others. That's normal and expected. But we've got a lot of time for squads to coalesce and figure their stuff out.
Here's Van Horn. Steve Nash with the rebound. Nowitzki sets a screen for Nash. Nowitzki outside, puts up a three, gets the three-pointer to fall. Nowitzki's got the first basket of the game for the Mavs.
And the defense has to be up on Nowitzki more than that because he's too good a shooter from outside.
Out to the wing. Here's Van Horn. He's defended by Nowitzki. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up at the stripe. Mavericks with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Right you are. I mean, winning the games they were supposed to win. No doubt they'll look to continue that tonight.
The 76ers off to a slow start. 6-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
First trip to the line for him here.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
Andrew Bogut checked in for the Mavericks. Jones comes in for Carden. And so Crawford will bring it up for Philadelphia. Here's Iverson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Check out Iverson getting tricky with the ball, using his handles to slip by the defender.
Nash outside. Into the lane. Pass to Bogut. Back to Nash. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki.
Sixers ball. Maverick substitution.
76ers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. There's Crawford with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Bogut with a screen on Crawford. Puts it up from 17, and Bogut slams it in.
And Nash, really just pure genius in that pick and roll. You give him any kind of space, and he's going to whip the pass right through the teeth of the defense.
And Philadelphia has possession. The Mavericks making the shot, and the foul called on Deshaun Stevenson. That's foul number 2 for him. Bell is checked in for Dallas.
Maverick substitution. Number 11.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And they double up Iverson. Dang. Steve Nash with the rebound.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lane.
Bogut sets a screen for Nash. With the drive. 5 on the clock. from the line, and the shot goes in.
Boy, the pure jumper of Nash, the ball looks so sweet coming off his fingertips.
The 76ers trail by 3. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Van Horn, no good. Dallas has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Bogut with a screen on Crawford. Here's Nash. Deflects the pass and stolen by Iverson. Here's Van Horn. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Nash. Coming off a solid outing against Denver. The shot's good.
Absorbing contact well inside. Nash is a competitive guy and is able to find ways to score even against tough defense.
Crawford against Nash. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A different look for Dallas. Rod Colzines checked in for Bogut. Nowitzki comes in for Charlie Villanueva. And Harris subbed in for Steve Nash. Mavericks leading by 3. Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Harris passes to Nowitzki. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
What a savvy move by Nowitzki, knowing the defense has to respect his jump shot, which is lethal. He gets them to bite on the pump fake.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Nowitzki.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
All right, coming up to the court right now, Mr. Sixers.
So Crawford will bring it up for the 76ers, trailing by 5. Pass to Van Horn. Clock at 4. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Out of hand on it. Right there in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Crawford against Harris. Back to Nowitzki. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Nowitzki's got 10 points in the game.
That size of Nowitzki is tough to guard against, especially when he's got strong inside position.
Here's Crawford. Iverson outside. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, Iverson so stubborn and competitive offensively, forcing that shot through even while taking the foul.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Free throw good, Iverson. Dallas leading by 4. Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Here's Harris. Makes it off the glass.
Simply taking what the defense gives.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Iverson up top, defended by Bell. Iverson no good. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Inside. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist from Harris. He's got 12.
Yeah, and you know, Nowitzki heats up quickly. Once he finds that rhythm, the defense knows they're in trouble, in for a long game.
Iverson against Bell. Here's Glover. Offline with his three. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 14-5 run. Nowitzki a screen. It's Nowitzki on the wing. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Crawford, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And the Mavericks with some changes. Cardinals checked in for Jones. Stevenson comes in for Raja Bell. And it's Ellis in for Harris. Nowitzki sets a screen for Ellis to the inside, 9 feet out, and it's Dallas with another.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Philadelphia, please welcome to the court your sixer, ENT.
Dallas making a switch here. Bradley's checked in.
44, Sean Bradley.
Bang for three. Good on the triple.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Ellis surveying the D. Driving inside. Here's Nowitzki. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now here's Iverson. 7 points in the game. Crawford outside. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc, the Mavericks pull it in. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now Ellis, scoreless thus far. Pass to Nowitzki. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists now in this one.
And in a groove and showing no signs of slowing down. His offense has been pretty impressive here.
Crawford lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Crawford's got 5.
What a move, showing off the handles there.
Ellis outside. Pass to Nowitzki. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
Love when Nowitzki finishes with the dunk, showing some outstanding lift on that one.
Iverson outside. They set the pick. Crawford outside. Shoots the 3. Mavericks with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Ellis outside. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Nowitzki for 3. Can't hit that one. The 76ers trail by 13. Here's Glover. Cranes the three-pointer.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Ellis the pass to Nowitzki. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 24 points for Nowitzki.
Nowitzki's so good in the screen and roll. Excellent at setting a hard screen and then rolling to the open space.
And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Podkolzin comes in for Bradley. Devin Harris subbed in for Monte Ellis.
You can see it in his eyes. He is in the zone tonight, scoring with ease.
Here's Harrington after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Crawford outside. They set the screen. Pass to Van Horn. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Van Horn's got his second basket.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Chris Whitney, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And Dallas also making a switch. Villanueva's checked in. Here's Van Horn. He's coming off a 19-point game against Golden State.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Podkolzin. Bell comes in for Carden. And it's Ellis in for Stevenson. The Mavericks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
You know, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Here's Van Horn. 6 points for him. Here's Scalabrine, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
High percentage if you can find a window. Great job.
Harris looking it over. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll return shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Harris against Whitney. Here's Van Horn. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Ellis with the screen for Harris. To the middle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Hard work rewarded inside. Love to see that.
The Mavericks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. And he makes both free throws. And here is Whitney, still without a basket. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Scalabrine. Wide open. Podkolzin with the rebound. And it's Harris with the ball for Dallas. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Ellis with a screen on Whitney. Here's Harris going inside, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And that one drops for him. Harris has got 4 points this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Harrington, the pass to Whitney. It's rebounded by Dallas, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Ellis outside. Pass to Harris. The second effort kicks it out to Ellis. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Now, here is Bell. Now, here's Villanueva. He had 10 points in the win against Denver. Tries yet again, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Keeping active offensively, making things happen with movement.
The Mavericks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Wang, he's checked in for Villanueva. Jones comes in for Bell. And Stevenson subbed in for Monte Ellis. The 76ers trailed by 19. Whitney with it. Still yet to score. Here's Van Horn.
Coaches love to see guys get to the line, drawing fouls. It shows he's playing the game with some aggression and passion, too.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. No good on that one. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Bell is checked in for Stevenson. And it's Nash in for Devin Harris. And he's good on the second. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Now Nash. Good, nice job down low. Nash has got 6 points.
This is Nash's bread and butter, his decision-making in the pick and roll. Masterful.
And the 76ers call time here.
Here come your Philadelphia 76ers ENT, everybody.
And the 76ers making a change here. Henry's checked in, and then for Dallas. Bradley's checked in for Pod Colzine, and it's Stevenson in for Raja Bell. Pass to Glover, 3-pointer, and he's good on the 3 ball. He's got 6.
And he shot that with confidence, rising and firing without hesitation.
Bradley is screen on Whitney. Near the 3-point line, it's Nash. Cans the shot with nobody near him. And the Mavericks lead by 19.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Gary Trent's checked in for the 76ers. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Whitney. To Glover, shot clock at 6, and the 3 off target. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Bogut sets a screen for Nash from the high post. Kicks it out to Stevenson. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
They're at the limit already. That, to me, is just lazy defense.
Bell is checked in for Deshaun Stevenson. It's stolen by Bell. Nash against Whitney. Nash outside. Bogut sets a screen for Nash. Pass to Bogut. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got 4 assists now tonight.
Nice timing on the play. I mean, the pass was right there.
Bell against Iverson. There's the drive, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Andrew Bogut.
And the speed of Iverson is so difficult to keep up with. When he's driving, you're sometimes forced to foul.
Bradley's checked in for the Mavericks. Stevenson comes in for Bell. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
You know, one of the things you just love about Iverson is the heart he plays with. Every minute he's out there, there's no denying that he's giving it his all.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Whitney against Nash. With the teardrop and the rejection by Bradley. Nash outside. There's the screen. Drives to the hoop. Pass to Wang. A three-pointer is right on target. Wang's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Nash is an incredible passer. Seems like he has eyes in the back of his head sometimes. One of the best.
Iverson against Stevenson. And here is Iverson over Stevenson, and that one's good. Iverson's got 10 points.
And the mid-range game of Iverson is quite steady. Has a rapid-fire release, and even at his size, it's hard to get to his shot.
Here's Nash. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Glover. 6 points for him. Now here's Iverson. They double him with Stevenson. Shot clock at 3. Here's Ostertag. The shot from the low post is good. Ostertag's got his first points of the night.
You can't let Ostertag get that deep. I mean, he's confident when he's got the ball in that territory.
Bradley is screen on Whitney.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
For Dallas, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And, you know, one of the things you have to love and respect about Nash is his leadership. He's an elite talent, a self-made player who I think makes all of his teammates look better.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Wang. And it's Cardinal in for Jones.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Nowitzki. Yep, it counts. That's 28 points for Nowitzki.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Jamal Crawford.
And the first one drops. And Philadelphia making a change here. Van Horn's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Podkolzin comes in for Bradley. Devin Harris subbed in for Steve Nash. Here's Harris. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
Pass to Nowitzki. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
What confidence from Nowitzki, managing to get his shot off while still drawing contact.
Shooting for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki. At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Nowitzki. And so Crawford will bring it up for the 76ers. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Pass to Cardinal. It's Nowitzki on the wing. Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Harris against Crawford.
Like to see a player not afraid to embrace physical play and get to the line.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
Crawford outside. Back to Iverson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Baiting defenders into fouls. AI so good at drawing fouls and getting to the strike.
The 76ers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. He hits the second from the line. Here's Harris. 12 points for him. Nowitzki in the post. Crawford against Harris. Nowitzki sets a screen for Harris. Tries again. Back to Nowitzki. And Van Horn pulls it down. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. This is his third trip to the free throw line. The first one falls. A different look for Dallas. Bogut comes in for Podkolzin. And Villanueva is subbed in for Nowitzki.
The free throw line's a great way to see how confident a player's feeling.
Bogut with a screen on Crawford. Here's Harris. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Harris outside. Bogut with a screen on Crawford. Harris passes to Bogut. And he gets it to go. And it's 7 points for Bogut.
Making sure they got the bucket with that extra effort.
Here's Ostertag. Ostertag. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Harris against Crawford. Unloads from 13. It's deflected.
Excellent work by Ostertag. You know, he's got great length, much longer than his 7'2" height.
Podkolzin's checked in for Dallas.
Number 24.
Harris missing again. 76ers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Harris against Dang. Crawford outside. Picked by Ostertag. Pulls it up. Crawford, no luck.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Harris outside. Pass to Podkolzin, and he dunks it down.
Oh, great instincts from him to release on the pick and roll and makes himself a target.
And here are the 76ers now. Crawford looking over the floor. Out to the right wing. Here's Van Horn. Drops one in from the wing. Van Horn's got 13.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
They get it again. Podkolzin. The 3. Shot by Villanueva, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Down low. And it's Ostertag with the jam.
And not much the defense can do about it when Ostertag goes up strong. A terrific finish.
And Harris wide open. He shoots, and it's off from three-point range. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Iverson gets the bucket.
Iverson can score with the best of them. I tell you what, a volume shooter. He does not lack confidence and lets it fly from anywhere and everywhere.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Wang, he's checked in for Podkolzin. Nowitzki comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Ajabel, he's checked in for Cardinal. And it's Ellis in for Devin Harris. Nowitzki outside. No good on the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the dunk by Iverson.
and all of a sudden things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Here's Nowitzki. Kicks it out to Ellis. Launches it. Doesn't go for him. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 18. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from First Union Center. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Nash kicks to Nowitzki. Nash with the screen for Nowitzki. Plays it up and banks it in. Nowitzki's got the first bucket of the third here for the Mavs.
Nice play by Nowitzki off the pick and roll right there. Was able to work through the coverage and open things up for himself and his team.
Crawford outside. Iverson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Ostertag, a screen on Stevenson. The three from Iverson. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Nash. It's Nowitzki on the wing. Back to Nash. 5 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Clearly not the tallest guy in the league, more like one of the smallest in the league. But Nash figures out ways to do damage inside.
Dallas making a switch here. Podkolzin's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Crawford against Nash. Crawford with the ball. He has 7. With the fadeaway. Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Now Nash. 12 points for him. Back to Nowitzki. And a missed layup. The 76ers shooting well. They're at 45%. Here's Iverson. Steve Nash pulls it in. Mavericks leading by 22. Nowitzki sets a screen for Nash. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Lets it go from deep. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got 6 assists in the game.
And, you know, we know Nowitzki is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Does a fabulous job measuring up these shots.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Ostertag. Ostertag's got 8 points.
You got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Nowitzki outside. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. Count that one. Nowitzki's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
will go for a different look here. Bradley's checked in for Podkolzin. Villanueva comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Raja Bell, he's checked in for Dante Jones. And it's Ellison for Stevenson. Dang finds Crawford. Iverson outside. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Charlie Villanueva. This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
First team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Bradley.
Iverson taking 2 shots.
That one is no good. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Nash dishes to Ellis. Back to Nash over Crawford. Dallas moving the ball around. Bell, that's a 2-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Bell's got his first 2 points.
You know, Nash is an excellent distributor, a phenomenal floor general, great at recognizing when his guys are open.
Crawford outside. Here's Van Horn. Villanueva covering. Kicks it out to Iverson. Fires for 3. The 76ers with another miss. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Pass to Ellis. Back to Nash. This one for 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
3 points.
You know, the stroke of Nash, so pure. He's got a nice high arching shot, a deadly 3-point shooter, too.
Nash against Crawford. Pass to Dang. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Nash, the pass to Ellis. Back to Nash. From the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
Look, we know Nash is extremely unselfish, but he's also unafraid to call his own number, something he's been doing all night here.
Crawford against Nash. Here's Iverson. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Pass to Nash. Takes a 3. Nash with another miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Deshaun Stevenson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And it'll be the Mavericks with their first time out here of the game. Mavericks will go for a different look here. Bradley's checked in for Bogut. Wang comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Cardinals checked in for Bell. And Devin Harris subbed in for Monte Ellis. And Philadelphia has possession. Iverson outside. Pass to Crawford. Lets it go with a 3. Cardinal grabs the board.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Harris. Here's Wang. He's got 5. There's the pick. Harris passes to Wang. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Crawford. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
They get a hand on it. Out to Harris. Clock at 6. Bradley sets the pick for Harris. Takes it inside, and it's blocked. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. And Philadelphia making a change here. And here's Stevenson for 3. Crawford with the rebound. The 76ers shooting 43% from the floor. Here's Glover. He's got 6. And here's Crawford. Pass to Ostertag. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, at 280 pounds and 7 feet 2 inches tall, Ostertag, a towering presence, especially on defense and on the glass.
Scalabrini's checked in for Van Horn. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Bell comes in for Cardinal. Good on the second free throw. Here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 17-6 run. Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Here's Harris. Pass to Bell. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Ostertag's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Harrington against Stevenson. And they pick up 2.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Nowitzki with the screen on Crawford. Harris dishes to Nowitzki. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Harris has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Stevenson against Harrington. Crawford outside. Looking to end his cold spell. They get it back. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the 76ers making a change here. Henry's checked in.
Number 48.
Dallas has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Harris against Crawford. Nowitzki sets a screen for Harris. And there's the drive. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Rod Colzine's checked in for the Mavericks.
Substitution. Number 24. Colzine.
Now, here's Harrington.
Timeout.
And Philadelphia calls time here. It's been quite a game for Dirk Nowitzki.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Philadelphia, please welcome to the court your Sixers ENB.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Jones checked in for Bell. And it's Ellison for Deshaun Stevenson. There's Crawford with the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Crawford's got 10 points in the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Nowitzki with the screen on Harrington. Pass to Nowitzki. Back to Ellis. Kicks it out to Jones. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis.
Oh, man, great vision.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break, and stolen by Harris. Ellis outside from downtown, and it's Scalabrine with the rebound.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Dallas has gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Harris outside. Pass to Ellis. Again, the miss by Ellis.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better.
Hits it from three-point range.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Harris outside. There's 1:40 left in the third. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Harris against Crawford. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Scalabrine kicks to Crawford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the paint. Here's Henry. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Henry's got his first bucket of the night.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Yeah, it's still a big hill to climb. I mean, it was essential that they at least made some kind of dent in that lead before we got to the fourth quarter.
Green, he's checked in for the 76ers. Whitney comes in for Jamal Crawford. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Podkolzin. Villanueva comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Cardinals checked in for Jones. And it's Nash in for Devin Harris.
Not wasting any time off the catch.
Whitney with him. Hasn't made one yet. On the wing, Green. Harrington against Ellis. With the floater. Mavericks with the rebound. Bogut's got 6 rebounds in the game. Nash outside. Pass to Ellis. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Here's Glover. He's got 6. Now Whitney. To the wing on the left. For 3, Harrington traps in the tray. Harrington's got 8. And the Mavericks call time here.
Your Sixers dance. Substitution on the court.
And here's Nash outside, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Ooh, Dirk Nowitzki has been leading the charge for Dallas. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We come back right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Whitney against Harris. Pass to Glover. Inside. It's stolen by Bogut. And here is Harris. Bogut sends a screen for Harris. Down low, puts it up from 7, and there's Bogut on the assist from Harris.
Boy, that was a pretty assist by Harris.
Philadelphia's gotten the 3-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. To the wing right side. Now Whitney. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Glover the pass to Henry. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
He made extra sure that goes in.
Bogut with a screen on Whitney. Here's Harris. Good on the 13-footer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Glover. Pass to Scalabrine. And here is Harrington. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Bogut with a screen on Whitney. Harris drives in. And finished off by Bogut.
Textbook pick and roll action. Screener gets open and knocks that one down.
76ers shooting here about 46% for the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Glover, lets the three fly, and the rebound goes to Villanueva. The Mavericks have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Nowitzki with the screen on Whitney. Harris against Whitney. Elbow shot is on the way. And Bogut slams it in.
Look, the most dangerous guy in the pick and roll is the guy setting the pick. He can do anything in that action.
Here's Glover. Villanueva covering. Whitney with it. Over Harris. A nice shot by Whitney.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Harris against Whitney. Harris outside. Bogut sets a screen for Harris. Basket good. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
Nice job holding off the defense inside there.
It's stolen by Harris. Pass to Bogut. It's off, but still a great shooting night. 6 of 8 from the field in the game. 76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
And that one drops.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Pass to Glover. And it's sent back by Bogut. Harris against Whitney. Harris outside. Over Scalabrini. And the basket by Harris. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Dallas.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And also the hustle showing through with all those steals and not giving much breathing room for the offense to operate.
Looking to stretch things out and using an accurate shot to do so.
Bogut with a screen on Whitney. Here's Harris, and it's Dallas with another.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Pass to Glover. And good that time. Dallas calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Bradley's checked in for Bogut. Cardinal comes in for Nowitzki. Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Raja Bell. And it's Nash in for Harris. Ellis on top. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got 9 assists now tonight.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Podkolzien's checked in for the Mavericks. Jones comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Van Horn, the pass to Dent. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And once he gets ahead of steam, clear the way because he is going all in.
Ellis outside. Back to Nash. Fires from deep. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And the quickness of Nash's game, just taking a shot there before the defense has a chance to react.
Crawford, no one around him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Ellis with the screen for Nash. Fires from the wing. Rebound by the 76ers. Van Horn's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the inside. A second chance effort. Over to the wing. Crawford outside. Ellis against Iverson. Goes up again. He takes it up and lays it in. Iverson's got 20.
And, you know, for being a smaller guard, Iverson is a master at finishing inside. Just remarkable.
Ellis outside. Pass to Nash. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Nash has got 5 points now this quarter.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Crawford with the ball. Guarded now by Nash. Here's Van Horn. Hits the three-point bomb.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
Ellis with a screen on Crawford. Nash the pass to Ellis. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Iverson dishes to Dang. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Crawford outside. And Jones pulls it down.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Here's Ellis, and the foul on Monte Ellis. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Dallas making a switch here. Andrew Bogut checked in for Podkolzin. Villanueva comes in for Carden. Aja Bell, he's checked in for Dante Jones. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Ellis.
I don't think he's a point guard or a shooting guard. Iverson is a scoring guard. That's what he does. He can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
Pass to Nash. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Nash has got 15 points here in the second half. Nash against Crawford. Out left to the wing. Here's Van Horn. Villanueva covering. And it's sent back by Bogut. Now here's Nash. Pass to Bell. Bogut with a screen on Deng. Here's Bell. And Van Horn pulls it down. Van Horn's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Greg Ostertag getting physical there, taking it right to the defense and earning the trip to the line.
At the line for Philadelphia.
That free throw, no good. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Bradley's checked in for Bogut. Cardinal comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Stevenson, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Ellis in for Nash. Stevenson kicks to Ellis. Pass to Bell. Ellis outside from about 16, and it's Deng with the rebound. And so it's Deng bringing it up for Philadelphia. Here's Iverson. Here's Ostertag. Bradley with some nice D. And so it's Dallas with him. Ellis outside, driving to the basket. Nobody near Stevenson. No good on the triple. Philadelphia's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. That one drops for him.
given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And you know what? He does. I mean, in the NBA, you've got to have ways to score over defenders of all sizes.
In the corner, it's Stevenson. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Dallas.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Nowitzki.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Dallas making a switch here. Nash is checked in. And the rejection by Bradley. Nash outside. They set the pick. Right wing. Here's Cardinal. Bradley trying to break free. No good from Cardinal. Poked away. Back to Nash. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.